and welcome to my channel, Emma Jane's Garden. So for this video, what I've decided to do is do a week-long video. It is Tuesday today and I have 2 weddings on Saturday, and I thought it'd be an interesting week to come along with me and see what I do on a daily basis. So we're in the middle of the summer holidays as well, which is a bit of a pain to have 2 weddings in the holidays. I try and keep August actually as free as possible so that I don't have too much to do. But it's just happened that it's worked out that I've got 2 weddings this weekend. That's fine. So I've got to do a few bits and pieces with the kids in between. So this morning I've got a flower delivery coming. I know it's Tuesday, so my flower deliveries, if I've got flowers that need to be perfectly open by the Saturday, I will order them for the Tuesday, and then I'll get more flowers on Thursday to add to the order, and then I will also go and pick everything I've got down on my plots. So today I've got some lovely big sunflowers. I've got an order for one of the weddings on sunflowers, and I ordered some sunflowers from the wholesale last week because mine aren't quite out yet, and they were really tightly in bud, and it took them 3 or 4 days to start blooming. So that's why I've ordered them today for Saturday. So I'm going to go and get those, and I've got a few other things which I know will last a good couple of weeks anyway. So I've ordered some extra stuff to add to the mix as well. So that's what I'm going to go do. So he should be here any minute actually, the flower delivery guys. We're going to go down and get those, put them in some water. I've just washed up a load of buckets ready, so I've made sure that they are completely squeaky clean because you don't want any germs in them, especially if they're going to be sitting in water. I will probably change the water on Thursday for these ones. But anyway, let's get going. So I've gone and got the delivery. I was going to film it and completely forgot. I got down there and I was like, oh, completely forgot to take my camera. Anyway, so I've got the delivery. Let's have a look through and I'll show you what I've got today. This is the box, quite a big box actually, but I think it's because it's sunflowers. So let's have a look. Yeah, sunflowers, here we go. There we go. So this is obviously how it comes when you get it from the wholesale. And yeah, so this was some of the stuff that I had the other week, of which I can't say, so I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. I can put the name underneath again, and I've got the white as well this time. And I've also got some Lizzies, which I'm really glad about because they said they didn't have any left, so I'm so glad I managed to get a bunch of those. And then the sunflowers, and actually these are looking quite open, so they're going to be lovely. This is how they all came last week, it was like that. So yeah, perfect, fantastic. Okay, let's fill some buckets. Okay, so these are my buckets. These are some of the Lizzies I've put in, and I'm just conditioning them, sat on the floor, and I thought I'd just show you what I'm doing with the Lizzie. So I know this is the end of their Lizzies that they've got, because he did say he didn't think I'd be able to have any, but yes, perfect, I've got some. Let me see if I can pick one up. They are just really pretty. This is a lovely out one. So they're so pretty, look. And they're going to look really lovely. The weddings I'm doing are big bright weddings, but I just thought these would give a real like frilly, so my roses are over, and it just gives that sort of rosy look to the bouquets. Okay, so what we're going to do is, if I can do this one-handed because I'm not sure if I can, this is a perfect example actually, so do excuse my washing in the background. So obviously they're quite long stemmed. We're going to take off most of the stem, most of that bit there, and I'm just going to take off as many leaves as possible. So I'm just pulling my hand down the stem and taking the leaves off and putting them in there. So anything that's damaged, so that's got a hole in, this one's got a hole in, so if you just pull it down, it will come off cleaner, and then you're left with just a few leaves at the top, which is good, and then a completely clean stem. Oh, take that one off too, and then we're just going to chop that end bit off. So what we're going to do is we're going to chop that one off there, and I'm going to take it to about there at a slight angle, just so that if it sits at the bottom of the bucket, it's not sitting flat on the bucket. That's why we always cut at an angle. So if you can see that, it's always at an angle. So when it's sat in the bucket, oh, it's not going to focus. Not focus on my leg. There you go. It will sit like this. Whereas if you cut it flat, it would sit like this, and it will block the water going up. So always at an angle. And we'll stick that one in the bucket as well. And also, because I arrange straight from my buckets, I need the stems to be as clear as possible. So when I condition, I strip all the lower leaves off. So as I'm arranging, I can just take it straight out of the bucket without it getting caught on all the others. So it is Wednesday morning and I am down at the plot. It's meant to be, well, we've actually got a weather warning out today for high winds. So I've just come out to check the plot here. I'm just checking my dahlias actually, because I haven't staked any of them because they're in this new cage like thing. It's got wind netting, so I'm going to see. I'm hoping they'll be alright, because it's too late really to net them. I wasn't expecting winds like we're meant to have in August, but we'll see. Actually at the moment it's not too bad, but maybe I have to touch wood on that one. Right, so everything's looking okay actually. I thought I'd show you the dahlias while I'm here. The dahlias, which are looking awesome. Look at the size of these things. This is a big one. This is new to me this year, and isn't she beautiful? Oh my gosh, she's absolutely perfect right now for picking. Absolutely perfect. But I don't want to pick her now. I might pick her. I'm going to have to pick her anyway, because I don't want her to get toppled over, because the wind will take that. I'll take some of these off as well. So, and like that one there, she's just going over. Can you see the petals are going backwards? That means she's just going over now. Whereas you see this one, the petals aren't quite gone backwards yet. So that's perfect. But I've got some, this is all new varieties along here for me this year. This yellow is okay. It's not great. I mean, I quite like it actually. It's kind of a, it's not too in your face yellow. I do love an orange. Pom-pom, orange are looking beautiful. I do not like this at all. It's hideous, but the bees love it, so it can stay for this season anyway. So yeah, these two obviously new. I don't know what this guy is yet, and this is little purple pom-pom, and then I've got a pink one there, and this isn't doing very much, but this one here is called Bracken Ballerina. She's looking beautiful. So there should all be whites along here. Let's have a look. Yeah, so this is all my whites, and then this is actually stunning, my favourite dahlia of all time. Absolutely, I love her, and I'm so glad there's loads for the weddings this weekend. And again, this is perfect time to be picking. This is a shame they're all covered in rain, but they're going to be fine. And this is one I quite like as well. I just love the size and the shape of these guys. I wish I had a bit more of this actually, because this is quite a nice one. But look at this stunner. Absolutely. Oh, it doesn't pick it up on the camera how stunning the colour is. It's like velvet. Absolutely beautiful. But I've only got the one of her, but I'm going to propagate this one next year because I really like it. Oh no, my cage is falling down. I need to get a stapler. Staple that back on in a minute. But yeah, this one's quite pretty too. So yeah, we've got a few bits and pieces here. The roses are going strong, but I'm not sure there's going to be anything to pick for the weekend, because this is what happens when they get wet. I don't look quite so good. Look, once they get wet, they go like this, which is a real shame. This one's called Peace, and she's absolutely stunning. I love her, but will be absolutely useless now that it's been rained on. So none of these will be any good. You can see this one's snapped off with the weight of the rain inside. Oh, and that's quite an interesting one. But yeah, they'll all be ruined. And the rain's coming again. Yay. All my delphiniums ruined. And these I did need for the weekend, but clearly they're not going to be of any use whatsoever. I'm going to snip this one off so the side shoots can come. Well, that's a shame. I'm hoping I might be able to snip some of these. Oh, look, everything's just falling apart. This blooming weather, this is the problem. When it rains like this, it just ruins everything. It's not very nice out here. So this is the problem with flower farming. This is the problem. is you can't rely, I can't personally rely on all of my flowers because I have to grow everything outside. And I always have plenty to pick from. I'm not saying I won't, but this is one of the reasons I do have to buy in, because I'd be stuffed, because I've lost so much over the last couple of weeks from the weather that I wouldn't have anything for some of the weddings if I didn't have to buy in. So before the heavens open completely, I need to drain this off, because obviously that's holding too much water now. But these are the seeds that I grew a while ago. Now it's taken a long time. You can see one came and then none of the others did, and I did wonder whether they were actually going to do anything, but they've started now. Since I put them outside, they've started coming on, but obviously they're no good being inside this, so I'm going to take all of these off and put them down and underneath this for a minute, just while we have all this rain. So yeah, let's get on and do that, I think. So we'll move them. Oh mate, they are really heavy. I don't know if I can do this one-handed actually. Right, let me put you down and I'll move these. Okay, so I've moved them down, but because of the way this silly bench works, I've had to put one underneath as well, but I wanted it off the ground a bit more than that, so I've just put them there. It's only temporary anyway, but I'm going to leave this on the top because it'll obviously collect water, which I'll probably need next week when we have a drought or something, this silly weather. I'm just going to go and stake a few bits and pieces up. The weather's really bad and I don't want to ruin my phone, so I'm going to leave you here. And then I've got to pick some flowers. I've just got to pick a few bits and pieces. I picked some yesterday, which I will show you when I get back. I've got to make a bouquet, a boxed gift, one of my gift box bouquets, which is being collected first thing tomorrow morning. So I need to have that ready this evening. So I'll bring you with me when I do that. Anyway, I'll leave you in the comfort of your warm surroundings wherever you are, while I'm out here in the rain. I'm hoping it might stop at some point today. At least it's not as windy as it said it was going to be yet. And I will see you later. So I've come back to the allotment. It is still Wednesday. And I've come back and the weather's not been as bad as it was going to be actually, so I decided to come back to the allotment and do a few bits here. I've tied up the dahlias, stopped them all falling over, and now I've just decided to put in a few more biennials. Actually, it's really late, it is beginning of August, but I've decided to put in, what have I actually put in? I've got some foxgloves, I've put in a new packet of seed. I've got some Canterbury bells, which I didn't have the seed for when I did the other day, so I've put those in now, and I'm doing some what are they, Sweet Williams as well, but I thought I'd show you the flowers that I've picked. So here are the flowers that I've picked earlier. I actually picked them in the rain earlier, so I've left them in the polytunnel just to dry out, and I'm going to be arranging these later for a bouquet that I've got going out. Anything left over will go for the weddings. Some really pretty, I really like this purple, I think it was misty lavender, and I really like the delphinium. This is the one that was broken. I'm actually going to take that home and use it for confetti for one of the weddings on Saturday. So yeah, that's looking pretty. Whoops. And while I was here, I took down all the sweet peas that were here because they were driving me mad because I couldn't get into the polytunnel. So this is what I'm doing at the moment. So what I've done is I've just used some old compost to plug all the holes, because I really like this tray, but it's got really big holes. So this was some damp compost that was outside, and I just thought I'd use that to plug up the bottom before I put the new compost on, and some vermiculite as well. Done a few more trays and they're already outside, and I actually put them in that tray of water to soak up, because I always water my seedlings from underneath. So because the weather's, it's like a misty rain, I've put them outside in that tray which is full of water, so that it's not like heavy rain, so it's not going to wash the seeds out. It'll just get it slightly damp, and then what I'll do is I will bring them in here for a couple of days once they're damp. But yeah, I'm just going to fill this one up, and then I'm probably going to go home and make this bouquet, and I'll take you with me when I do that. Just on my way home to make the bouquet, and I thought I'd go and check the pumpkin patch, and look what I found. So these are actually pumpkins that are growing, especially for the wedding in October. called Jack Be Little, and these are called Baby Boo. So yeah, I thought I'd better pick them because I don't want them to get too massive, because this guy's got a little bit too big, because they're meant to be for table centres. So yeah, I thought I'd just come and pick them. Yeah, I was quite happy with that actually. I'll show you the pumpkin. This is my pumpkin patch. So you can see there's another one. So I'll just let him go a bit oranger. But actually I might pick him soon, because obviously the more I pick, the more it will produce. So they're meant to climb, like there is one there climbing. But I think maybe I didn't put the supports up early enough, because they seem to want to go across the ground. As you can see, he's coming this way. But that's fine. I've also got yellow courgettes down here, so I've got courgettes all the way along here as well. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you my little haul before I went home. I really am going home to do this bouquet now. So right, let me go and get the flowers.